If you don't believe in conspiracy, then you shouldn't be looking at the Underground Railroad. The New World Order. Auction and Negro sales. $100. 40 years of Negro men Tuskegee syphilis experiment. Moon posting a flag and playing golf. There are three truths: the dreadful bitter truth, your truth, and the Clifton Bradley Underground Railroad's truth. We as the media, mission, and duty is to make you aware of what's happening in our city, community.
All aboard, come on up Clifton, and beat the drums.
Bam! I greet you in the words of Assalamu alaikum, which means peace and blessings be upon you. I mentioned both Jesus and Muhammad's names, peace be upon them both, because they were both messages of truth and reality. You're looking at the Underground Railroad. We come on every Saturday night at 10:30, but you can catch us on YouTube 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And I want to say hi to the people in Canada, the United States, Central America, Mexico, and Europe, the UK, Africa. Man, I'm leaving out somebody. I think Asia and Australia. But today, you know what, I feel like I hit a hot spot, you know what, because I have my grandchildren on. You know, I always thought the most important show for me would be having Minister Farrakhan on, or Jesse Jackson, other people like that, and they're great people. But you know what, but your family is more important than everything, that and God. And I just want to, you know, thank my grandchildren for coming on. You know, I'm gonna let them shine. And you know, I have a, you know what, we have a non-for-profit organization called the Shamar Foundation. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start developing shows specifically that my grandkids think of. And we're gonna have a round table or something like that and talk about it. You know what, my grandson, that's my cameraman, Ms. Araya, she's the junior CEO of the Shamar Foundation. So it has to start with your family, because charity has to start at home, and then you can spread about. But I'm gonna have them introduce themselves. But we start with, you're right, Les. That's my cameraman directing me. So Raya, tell us about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Zariah Brown. I am 11 years old. I go to Wendell E. Green Elementary School. My birthday is September 9th, 2005.
Okay. And Les,
hello.
First of all, this is my cameraman right here. This is my cameraman, but let me be quiet, because he always says I talk too much, so go ahead.
Hello, everybody. My real name is Leslie Wilburn, but I go by the name Les. I was born April 9th, 2000.
Mm-hmm. And you see, you're impersonating Michael Jackson. Tell the people something about.
I am a Michael Jackson impersonator, or which is called Michael Jackson tribute artist. I perform for a small.
No fees. We cannot talk about no fees. But you perform.
I perform all over.
Okay. Zariah, let me ask you something about the Shamar Foundation. Why do you think this important to teach people about video production? Do you think there are stories out there that need to be told that are ignored?
Yes, I do, because it's important to incorporate children in something.
Why is it important to incorporate children and not ignore children? Man, who are they?
Because I see most of the time on shows, they think all about the adults and what they're doing for people, but they never think about what the children do for the community.
Okay. Now this is what the Shamar production. Now y'all gonna see some shows about kids in the future. And kids in the future on the Underground Railroad. You know, we ain't gonna be talking about New World Order and talking about Skull and Bones. We're gonna be talking about what the kids want to talk about. Okay. And Les, why is it important to you to shape our foundation, and why is it important to talk about what young people want to talk about and not talk about what adults want to talk about?
Well, two reasons. The first reason is because we need to see where us as kids at, where our man's at, and because the adults, they feed on knowledge to us. They give us knowledge, and we might have knowledge that we can get in them, even though they're older than us. We might have knowledge we can feed back on to them.
Okay. And you know what, I want to say something though. You know what, the Shape My Foundation, it was inspired by my granddaughter. But you know, I had to have my other granddaughter included in my whole family because I just couldn't leave her out. I love both of these people sitting there. And it's just something that you need, people that need to know that's listening. It shows like Elma and Company. She's on the camera back there. And Royce Glamour that I did a show with that are constantly trying to do something to help children, trying to help kids to inspire them where they don't have to sit on the corner and they have potential talent. And some people just not willing to help them bring it out. And you know, it's inspiring to me. And tell me, Zariah, why should you listen to your parents? Why? Are your parents always right, and should you always listen to them?
So the reason why you should listen to your parents is because it's like they feed, what he said, they feed off knowledge to you, and they teach you everything. They teach you wrong from right. And sometimes our parents are not always right because we can teach them things and they teach us things.
I played the fifth. Go ahead. Okay. And Les, why is it always, should you always listen to your parents when you stand up underneath their roof, or should you ignore them?
You should always listen to your parents while you're under that house roof, even when you leave, because that might be the last time you see your parents. Something might happen where they get called home, because if they get called home and you think about if you was being disrespectful, not listening, your time, all that's gonna feed back on you. But I think you should listen to your parents because they took the time, effort, they had that thought, they brought you into this world, put clothes on your body, fed you. So you should show them respect, love.
Okay. And you know what, Zariah, you know what, I know that you are a good student. Can you give people that are little children that are maybe listening, what is the secret to becoming a good student, or is it just hard work? What is the secret? What do you do when you come home? When it comes to homework, do you start your homework? Do you eat? Do you look at television first? What's the secret?
Normally, I usually go home and then I pull out, I either eat a snack first or I eat dinner first, and then I pull out my homework and start doing homework.
You don't look at TV first, no? What about you, Les?
The school I'm at, we don't give Excel Academy at South Shore. The school I'm at, they don't give out homework because of people have jobs at the school, and about how much of all the work that we do at the school, paragraph, essay, all that at the school, they give us a break, and not so we won't have to do homework when we outside of school.
Okay. Okay, you know what, that's very interesting, because I remember we used to do homework and it used to get on our nerves. But you know what, Zariah, what would you tell somebody that's falling by? You are a good student. I've seen your grades. What would you say to a student that is falling behind, a student that is a slow learner, or somebody that's just falling behind? What would you say to inspire them, get them to do a better job?
I would tell them to keep trying and to have faith and to have hope that they can do it.
They could be anything they want to be. They have to work, though, right?
Yes.
But some people just have to work a little harder than other people.
Yes.
Okay, that doesn't make them dumb because they had to work harder, does it?
No.
Okay, what'd you say to less people that are?
I'll say it don't make you dumb. It's better that you want to push yourself to be better than what you already are. It's better to do twice as work than having not to do none at all, because twice as work is better than no work. It's more effort than not doing nothing.
Okay, well that's good. I'm gonna get back to the Shape My Foundation, and that's trying to, making an attempt to bring television to children or people that's in their teens. What type of shows would you like to see? Projected or shown to people within your age group that you think they would be interested in?
I think
and
they
why?
would be interested in poetry, arts, clean rapping, stuff that maybe even a couple of fishing videos.
Why would they be interested in that?
Because it's enthusiasm to them, because it's better than them just hanging on a corner. Poetry expresses a whole lot of feeling and a whole lot of hate that go into poetry, and a whole lot of confusion that people can write down on paper. Some people write it down, might not be able to say it out loud, but they write it down on paper.
And Zariah, you know what? As a young lady, what type of shows do you think the young ladies within your age group they would be interested in? What would you like to see on television for young people to look at that's your age, and why?
I think they would like to see something that deals with talent. Like they could sing and then someone could recognize them. They can dance and no one would make fun of them. Like my passion is to bake, and what I watch on TV all day is baking things.
Okay. See, I want to tell people that's watching the Underground Railroad, I can't do this forever. And see, what I'm going to start doing, a lot of things that we know, you have to pass the torch sometimes. You can't hold on to the knowledge that you have, because you're not going to live forever. So what I'm going to do is, people that watch the Underground Railroad, eventually you'll see one of them, a Shamar, hosting the Underground Railroad television show. And I'm just gonna sit on back. Whether I agree with the show, don't agree with the show, because see, they're within a different age group that I can't see the world through their eyes, because I'm 55 years old. And they can see things that I can't see. But I realize now, being around my grandkids, hearing they laughter and saying things, that it's time for me to eventually just put it on back and let one of them take over. They may take over jointly, because I can't do this forever. And what do y'all think about hosting a television show? Now, you know what, because let me tell people out there, because you know what, your grandchildren, your children, they do not have to follow your dreams. They should be allowed to follow their own dreams. This may not be something that they want to do. So, and I had to realize that, and I had to accept that and respect that. What do y'all think about hosting a television show?
I think it would be very nice.
Why?
Because I never experienced this before. This is my first time doing it. So I might be able to do it more often.
Okay. So there's one person that can take my seat. I mean, you a performer. What do you think? What do you think about having your own television show? And would you like to host Underground Railroad or possibly your own show?
I like. I would like to host. I would like to host because I would like people out there to see a young teenager not on the street selling drugs, doing something with his life, sharing and expressing ways to stay off the streets and helping people out.
Okay, and I want to ask you through a young person's mind. I cannot see the things that had the visions that y'all have. How do you see the world, Zariah? Do you see it as good, bad, evil, beautiful? How do you see the world, and what do you think it'll be like in the future?
As what I see the world right now, I think that the world is bad because all of the crimes, all of the shootings, and everywhere, and like I would even have nightmares that someone would just come in my house and just shoot me. But in the future, what I would see the world as is like beautiful because someone like Martin Luther King Jr. would come and stop the violence with a peaceful way.
Okay. Do you think the world is going to get better or worse?
I think that the world is going to get better.
Why did you say that?
Because there are some good people out there, like good people that are in gangs, but they are too scared to show that they're good and not bad.
Okay. Unless, from your perspective and from your age, again, I can't see the world like they see the world. Because y'all remember, I'm 55 years old. Okay? How do you see the world? Is it beautiful? Is it nice? Is it kind? Is it angry? How do you see the world? And how do you think it'll be?
Like my baby cousin just said, right now, there's too many killings going on. I done lost too many close friends by me that I grew up with. But I think if we keep praying and we keep holding on in the future, I see flying cars, flying robots, cars you just press buttons on, tell them where to go and just relax all the way home till destination. I see a place where no more pain, ain't no crimes out in the streets, nothing but nice people, nice relationships, nice conversations, no inappropriate conversation, no fighting, no arguing, just peaceful life.
Want to ask both of y'all, about parenting. Parenting is good. It's great. But a lot of people don't even have anybody to come home to. How's your mother and your father both help you to become the person that you're becoming? How's your mother and father help you?
They both tell me good things to do with my life, and they try to keep the negativity away from me and keep the positivity close to me.
Okay, that's beautiful. You, same question to you.
I think my mama, my father, he has some ups and downs. He ain't been there for me, but we are not perfect. But my mom and my grandma and my granddad and my papa and my nana teach me well. I had some struggles in life, but I hung on and I got through those struggles. And all I gotta say is just treat your parents right, even though sometimes y'all might not agree with each other or see each other eye to eye. They the only ones that's gonna, in the end, they the only ones that's gonna have your back and really love you.
You know what? I'm gonna ask you about bullying. You know what? There's a big thing about bullying going on in school. That means somebody bullying and trying. Do you ever encounter any bullying in school? And if you did, how did you deal with it?
People did bully me because I was too skinny, but I would not let it get into my head and just leave it alone and get through it.
Okay. Now, if somebody did try to bully you, would you go to your teacher, or would you try to deal with it your own self?
I would go to my teacher, my assistant principal, my other teacher, and just almost everyone who works there.
Okay. Okay. And you less bullying. Bullying is a big thing.
I'll say especially for the teenagers out here, that's the most, 100% the most thing in the world right now is the race of bullying, because bullying leads to people thinking don't nobody want them. They thinking they not nothing. So people nowadays getting bullied, go home with that feeling that they was getting bullied, and had it in that manner half of the time, commit suicide because don't nobody care about them. They family care about them, but people at school, don't see them for who they are. So people go home with all that exhaustion, anger, frustration, and sometimes commit suicide.
They commit suicide, huh? Wow. You know what? This is a question